Alright, so here we are once again. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you guys, all the stackers out there and all beautiful people of YouTube. We are going thrifting. Made it up here to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Going to hit about 3 or 4 thrift stores. I'm going to go and do a recap. I'm going to do a recap at the end of the video. Kind of showing like what are the most important finds, what are the most profitable or easy to sell finds that I pick up today. I won't go through everything that I buy. I know a lot of people have been requesting to do more about the actual business side of reselling and what sells and how they can make more money, and you know, can I lead them towards a way of making more of a profit on certain items. I know clothing is one avenue that I do a lot in, and I do a lot of research and I do a lot of selling and listing and YouTube of just clothing in general. And the reason why I really do a lot of clothing and the reason why I do a lot of thrift stores is because it's very plentiful. There is a lot of inventory out there. It's very easy to get into it. It's not simple in terms of the way you can just scan something and know, hey look, this is going to sell for this amount and this is going to sell for that amount. For that exact reason, a lot of these thrift stores actually don't take these items out of their shelves and sell it, you know, behind the doors, or it goes out the back door, or you know, goes online. Clothing is something that you can't just scan and figure out the price. It's something you kind of learn based off of knowledge and experience. So I want to just show you guys at the end what I do pick up and what is profitable. So let's get into it. All right, thrift store opens in 4 minutes and there's no one here, which is really shocking because usually in 10 minutes, well, when there's 10 minutes to go, this place is like, there's a line out the door. Well, there's a line, there's like 7 or 8 people out there. So the fact there's only like 2 other cars here is very shocking with 3 or 4 minutes to go. All right, so I'm looking for the sports section. They used to have a sports section all the way at the end down there of all like sports clothes, but it's not there anymore, so I don't know what happened. I picked up a couple things, but this isn't really worth the trip. I'm hoping the next store is a little bit better. This store is kind of deserted in its inventory, so okay, back at this thrift store, it looks like they got a couple more clothes, but it's still very deserted. As you see, the last store I was at, this whole rack would be filled. So that'd probably be like 6 times as many clothes as there is here. But who knows? I still picked up some good things. Every sweatshirt here is marked at $3. So I got a Miami sweatshirt and I got this vintage Packers sweatshirt, which will be good when football season starts because Packers are a team that always sells for me. And it's got the Resell logo on it with the little helmet. So that is truly vintage, and it has that kind of vintage feel to it as well in terms of a style. Lake, Ontario. This is their swimming shorts or swimming trunks. They're just, it's depleted. The place is kind of depleted. I think it's because it's summer. I would think they'd have a lot more destination stuff. Or what is this? This is kind of neat. That's borderline vintage, but I never heard of the brand Voigt. Blue Mountain, My House. I think that's a local swimming place. One day I'm going to find a nice Tommy Hilfiger shorts. One day I'll find them. One day. Alright, so we have what looks like a triangle pot. It looks like it's a cookware piece, which it is. Super made cookware. Now I'm going to break it. I guess someone might think that's part of a planter. It's with planters, unless somebody just dropped it here, but it's missing the handle, so I'm going to pass on it. I bet, and it's given condition, it's probably like a $10, $12 piece with shipping, or plus shipping. So for $6, it's really not worth it to go through the whole hassle after fees and everything. You're going to make probably about $2, $2 or $3. So I'm going to pass on that. But sometimes Griswold and Wagner make very comparable style cookware pieces, and that's aluminum ware. It's kind of like a cast aluminum. Yeah, this is probably vintage. I would say it's probably 60s. Alright, last thrift store before I do the recap. They have a radio right over there in the men's clothes section, so I can't really do much videotaping over there because the radio is just so loud. In terms of what I've been able to grab, I got a couple really good items here. Still finding Dare shirts as well. Kind of went over to the sports and toy section, didn't really find much that was appealing. Tons of baskets, some jewelry boxes. Alright, that shouldn't have happened. Put that back in there. Guess there's no jewelry in it. All the jewelry usually goes behind the counter. Every once in a while they'll have something really good behind the counter. I'll ask about it, and it usually isn't priced. I think they have an office. They do have an office over there, and I think they look up all like the good stuff. So that would be like sports jerseys or Ralph Lauren or any of that kind of stuff. They look it up online. Some shin guards for hockey. Rawlings batting helmet. I know the last time I did a video, this Cooper helmet was here, and I was happy it was still here, but it's cracked. So I'm going to leave it. Alright, so welcome back for the haul portion of this video. I picked out a couple clothing items here that I kind of want to talk about and talk about why they are important. This one right here, this one means a lot to me, and the reason why is because I've sold this same exact sweatshirt at least 5 times before. This wasn't on sale, but if there's one thing you do with reselling is if you've ever sold something, remember, even if it's a difficult ship, even if it's something that, you know, you didn't make a lot of profit on, if you ever sold in the past, always pick it up again. I've sold the sweatshirt a couple times, the same exact style. It's made in 1989. What I have noticed is the tag on it has been a variety of different tags. So this one is Tooltex. Now, this tag itself, I've seen the sweatshirt in about 3 different variations in terms of actual brands, but the same exact style, same exact font, same screen print, both Raglan, all Raglan style sweatshirts. If you ever find something that you have sold, always pick it up, especially if the profit might not be the best. Pick it up. It's worth it. You're going to sell it again. 10 bucks is 10 bucks, 15 bucks is 15 bucks. Always do that. I think in reselling, a lot of people kind of get picky. Just remember to keep telling yourself that when you are reselling, it's not necessarily the item that matters, it's the profit that matters. And if you can still make a profit and you can always sell it, pick it up. Another shirt here, Fire Department t-shirt. This is a Philadelphia Fire Department t-shirt. I talked a lot about the New York State Fire Department and Los Angeles Fire Department. So far, I picked up Philly, Boston, Chicago, LA, New York, especially local engine companies or ladder companies. These are specific for that company. They do sell. There are a lot of collectors out there. I know at the New York State Fire Department, there are a lot of engine companies, a lot of truck companies. You have the rescue companies as well. They sell very, very well. Some cities also have special designs. Try to grab them, especially if they are a big known names, especially if they are a big name city like Chicago, LA, Boston, New York, Philly, Miami. They do sell well. Stay away from volunteer fire departments. There just isn't that many clientele out there that want to buy it, and your customer base is very, very limited. Lastly, we have a vintage Disney sweatshirt. Disney has always been a great seller, especially vintage Disney. You can often pick it up very, very cheap. Try to grab it when you can, especially in a vintage color. Often there is Mickey or Minnie or someone else on it, and then they have maybe a town or a city or a state. Try to grab those as well. Although your clientele, like I said, with the fire department t-shirt is kind of limited, vintage Disney, especially vintage Disney destinations, sell very, very well. I've sold t-shirts upwards of $85 to $120 just for a Mickey Mouse t-shirt that says Florida on it. One big thing with Disney is a lot of it goes overseas in terms of United States to somewhere else. I've noticed with my vintage Disney, a lot of it goes to Japan, and then they try to sell it for more money, which is bonkers to me that somebody would pay $120 to ship this to Japan, or $120 and then ship it to Japan, and then try to sell it for more money. But I think they just love it over there. They love the vintage Disney stuff, and more power to them. If you guys can pick it up, you aren't limited in where you're going to sell it. You're just limited in where you're going to buy it. And it's a great seller, I can assure you that. So that's kind of the 3 things I want to talk about for reselling. I know a lot of people are trying to kind of dive more into reselling on my channel, trying to pick my brain, which is perfectly fine, on what sells and what doesn't sell. My eBay store, make sure to check out my 10,000 subscriber special video. I talk all about my eBay store and why I don't pretty much talk about it that much on the channel. So make sure to head over there and watch that video if you guys haven't already. I know I get this question, what's your eBay store? What's your Etsy store? Every single video of thrifting, so make sure to head over there if you guys are still curious about that. But hopefully this has helped you. I know in the fall I'll dive more into reselling and the business aspect once flea markets and yard sales slow down. Really talk more about the business aspect of reselling, because I know a lot of people want to kind of expand on their business or even get into it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this adventure, and if you did, please hit that like button. As always, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace!